stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everybody. Everyone's present. Item number 1.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 1 on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren, approve item 1 on the agenda, approve the minutes of the January 9th, 2019 meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item 2.
Make a motion to recess the Commissioners' meeting and open the salary board, and it's still not off.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to recess commissioners and open the salary board. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody have an extra pencil or pen?
Okay, item 1.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 9th meeting.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Treasurer Mill, to approve the minutes of the January 9th, 2019 salary board. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item number 2.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 2 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Treasurer Miller, second by Commissioner Warren, to eliminate the position of First Deputy Tax Fund Director, Office Manager, effective February 13, 2019. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Item 3.
I'll make a motion to approve, I'll make a motion to approve item number 3 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Treasurer Miller, second by Commissioner Warren, to approve item 3, to create a full-time non-union position, First Deputy Treasurer Tax Claim at a salary of $35,000, minimum 40 hours a week, 6-month probation with benefits according to the county policy manual, effective February 13th, per the recommendation of Treasurer Jason Miller. Questions or comments?
Who's the person in that position?
There is nobody in that position right now.
So you're looking for one.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item 4.
Make a motion to approve item number 4 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 4 on the agenda, to amend the motion to create the part-time temporary position of real estate civil criminal clerk, extending its duration through June 30th, 2019. No change in pay, no more than 3 days per week, no benefits, per the recommendation of Sheriff Lance Bender. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Make sure the minutes reflect that Lance Bondic was absent. Any public comment on the salary board? Hearing none. Number 5.
Make a motion to close the salary board at 9:03.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, sent by Commissioner Arnold, to close the salary board and return to the Commissioners' meeting at 9:03. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So carried.
Thank you.
Treasurer, have a wonderful day. Item number 3.
We'll make a motion to recess the Commissioners' meeting and open the election board meeting at still 9:03.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to recess the Commissioners' meeting and open the election board meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Election board meeting, item number 1 is called to order at 9:04. Members are present. Item number 3.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
You can't do that.
Oh,
You weren't here for it.
I wasn't here for the 12th.
Okay. I make a motion to approve item number 3 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion to approve the minutes of September 12th. And we'll have to do the September 6th. Wait a minute. September 6th.
November 6th.
November 6th. November 6th. Commissioners' general election. November 12th, you were at that one. So the 6th is the one that, we've got to split these apart. Okay, I need you to rescind your motion.
Okay, I rescind my motion on item number 3.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the September 12th meeting, which all three of us were at.
I'll second that.
So I made a motion, Commissioner Warren seconded. Okay, September 12th minutes, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the November 6th election board meeting.
I will second that. Questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I was staying because I wasn't here.
Abstained by Mary Ann. All right. Item number 4.
I make a motion to approve item number 4 on the agenda.
Let's move in the polling place.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 4 on the agenda, to approve a temporary polling place change for Gibson Township from the Gibson Township Building, South Gibson, PA, to the South Gibson United Methodist Church, Uniondale, PA, starting for the May 21st, 2019 primary election until further notice, for the request of the Gibson Township Supervisors and Macy Rudock, Director of Elections, voter registration. This change complies with ADA regulations. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. Any public comment on the election board?
I guess I have some comment first about the minutes of the November 6th. The election was held on the 6th, is that correct?
Yes, it was the morning of the 6th, I believe it was.
And there was a meeting held that I was not at, which I find hard to believe because I'm on the Board of Election, and was this an advertised meeting, I guess? I don't know why wasn't I here? Why wasn't I part of this?
You were out on the road someplace. And there wasn't a meeting, it was a,
It says it was a meeting.
no, you call it a meeting, it wasn't really a meeting, it was a,
Emergency meeting about the
Right.
stickers.
right.
I think you were at conservation, actually. I think you were at a meeting in conservation down over the hill.
Any other questions? So, I guess it was in regards to the issue you brought up about the I voted stickers.
I know, but I just don't know why I wasn't here or knew that it was actually a meeting, because it wasn't an
a meeting.
advertised
It wasn't
meeting.
an advertised meeting, it wasn't a meeting.
Well, then, there shouldn't be minutes from
There
it.
shouldn't be minutes from it.
Okay.
So we need to rescind that. There is no minutes from that. There was no meeting on the 6th. So we need to make a motion to rescind that, the meeting minutes of the 6th, November 6th.
I'll make a motion to rescind the minutes of November 6th. Was a discussion.
Right. All right. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Any other public comment? Item number 6.
Oh, 1 second. At
Oh,
what
I'm
point
sorry.
will you be, sorry, at what point will you be appointing a new election board for this year?
And the requirement is that when we file our petitions, we're required to stand down and appoint a new election board. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. I guess I didn't ask for a motion to close that meeting. I need a motion to
So
close it.
moved.
Commissioner Warren?
Second that.
Commissioner Arnold, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we can go back to the regular meeting now.
What time do you have?
What?
9:09.
9:09. Okay, Commissioners meeting's back in order. Item 4.
The motion to approve item number 4 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 4 on the agenda to approve or and ratify the cash distributions electronic payments. Questions or comments? Yes.
I see a payment on the bottom for $1,500 for tower lease.
Yep.
Which tower is that?
It's one of the towers that we have, that's Hickory Knob.
This is for what, cell phones?
No, it's for our 911 center.
Oh, for 911. So you have to pay that, how often, that 1,500?
monthly.
Oh, it is?
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 5.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 5 with the following changes. Commissioner Arnold's going to CCAP Spring Conference, that's March 24th, 25th, 26th in Harrisburg. And the total cost is $468 plus mileage.
Okay. I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 5 on the agenda with the stated changes. Questions or comments?
What is CCAP? Can you explain that?
County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania. It's training for commissioners. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. Item number 6.
Make a motion to approve item number 6 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 6 to ratify and approve the termination of Kelsey Cobb from the part-time position of Corrections Office for the recommendation of Warden Mark Schultz. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. Item 7.
Make a motion to approve item number 7 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 7 on the agenda to ratify and approve the termination of April Hanson from the part-time position of Corrections Officer for the recommendation of Warden Mark Schultz. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. Item number 8.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 8 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 8 on the agenda, ratify and approve the transfer of Macy Rudock from the position of Assistant Director of Elections Voter Registration to the full-time non-union position of Director of Elections Voter Registration. Salary of $35,000, minimum 40 hours per week. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Number 9.
Make a motion to approve item number 9 on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 9, to ratify and approve the hiring of Amanda Maffett Thompson to the open union eligible position of part-time corrections officer per the recommendation of Warden Mark Schultz. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 10.
Make a motion to approve item number 10 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 10 on the agenda to ratify extending Carissa Chamberlain in the part-time temporary position of real estate civil criminal clerk through June 30th, 2019. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item 11.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 11 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall to appoint Lauren Salzman of Dimick to complete the unexpired term to that place, which will expire January 1st, 2020 on the Susquehanna County Planning Commission, effective February 13th per the recommendation of the Planning Commission. Questions or comments?
Don't terms usually expire December 31st of the year?
Well, it'd be January 1st. They serve until there's a new appointment. Yes.
I'd like to know, you're appointing somebody, was there any public discussion about this person at any other meetings, any public feedback? And you're appointing someone, I understand 3 people came forward that were interested in this position. And was there any public discussion about you wanting to appoint now Mr. Salzman?
Yes, the Planning Commission was the ones that reviewed this. They interviewed candidates. Planning Commission discussed it in their Planning Commission meeting and then made a recommendation to the commissioners.
And what about discussion here in the county commissioners meeting, so public can give some feedback and not just a recommendation by the
No,
planning commission?
the feedback should have been given at the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission makes a recommendation to the commissioners.
So I want to just say that I would like you to reconsider, because Lawrence Salzman has several videos out and movies where he promotes the industry. And he promotes the industry, he has a particular bias for the gas industry, and he's in Dimick. He has spoken out against people who have bad water. He has spoken, even though his neighbors have bad water, he even himself has a filtration system. And he has given negative feedback to these people, even though the DEP has confirmed their contamination. And he's been part of groups like Dimmick Proud, Enough Already, where he has specifically maligned those who have water issues. I consider him particularly biased for the industry, and to have someone like that on the board of the Planning Commission, I really object. I would like you to reconsider someone else. We have enough gas industry development here to have someone who is totally for it. He promotes it in movies, he promotes it in videos. He is not, this is like a conflict of interest. He works for the industry or has worked for the industry. This is something that needs to be reconsidered, and I wish you would reconsider this. We have other people that are not with that kind of a bias, that are more neutral.
You done?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, this appointment comes from the Planning Commission. We as commissioners have established that we will not handpick people and put them on committees, which has happened in the past, creates all kinds of controversy of people being handpicked by commissioners. The Planning Commission interviewed people, put the person forward that they felt best suited what the Planning Commission is trying to accomplish, which is to take and abide by all the subdivision rules and bring the expertise that they do. Their personal opinion, their personal bias, or whatever that case may be, is not relevant in this situation. We don't care what the person's personal belief is. We care what their actions are when they sit on this board. And this board will hold them accountable if they take and bring a personal agenda to it. So with that, thank you. No, you're done. Thank you.
Can I
You're
say
done.
one? Is it my turn?
Your turn, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say that while I value the input from the board of the commission, I have, in the 15 years that I've been here, never seen this happen before. First of all, that someone comes forward so quickly. I think that one of the people came forward a year and a half ago and asked two commissioners if there was an opening to be considered for it. I just want transparency as to what I know. And what I was told is two commission members went and asked two other people to come forward to put their name in. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how that works. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I don't know of us ever interviewing, not us per se, but the commission ever interviewing before. And I believe that that was requested by a commissioner, that they do the interviews, and I don't know if that's true either. I'm just stating what was told to me. So my vote will be no, but not based on what the values of what the commission members are or who the people are or anything. It's just how it went about. I don't think that I was kept in the loop. I asked on Monday for the resumes of the three people to look at, and I wasn't given those, and then told at 8:35 this morning that there were no resumes. It was just an interview. Had I known, I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall, to sit in the interview in the back and just listen. So that's all I have to say.
Well, then let me go on to make a few comments then, if you're going to share that. It has been a known fact in this county that people have been employed here, placed on committees because they know commissioners or they're friends of commissioners, and that stopped when I came here. We do not appoint friends and relatives to committees and people that we're trying to take and wine and dine and to get some type of pat on the back because we appointed them. That has stopped. Farm Bureau, the Grange, other people make recommendations for those people sitting on conservation. The commissioners don't pick who they are. We take recommendations and we use those recommendations. This information has been available. Any commissioner could have walked across the street at any time, met with the planning director, met with the commission at any time and had a conversation. This is not a surprise in any means. It's been known about for months, and that's how it ends. With that, I'll take the vote.
Well, let me say something, please.
Go ahead.
I did not recommend anybody. I don't know what you're saying, commissioners said, two commissioners put names forward or something like that.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say
Say
that?
that.
She didn't say it? All right,
No.
well, that's how I took it, I'm sorry. Okay, so I did talk to the director. Good morning, come on in. Have a seat.
Continue, please.
And they were having a hard time coming up with names. Some people did come forward and they were interviewed by the board, and it was my understanding that's how it happens, that the board interviews. And I'm back in the board, they're volunteer members, and it was my understanding that Mr. Salzman was chosen because he has an engineer background, an engineer degree, he has a background in that. So I thought that was a good fit, that's all I have to say.
All in favor?
Have you seen his resume?
All in favor?
Have you seen his resume?
You're done, Vera. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
1 nay. Item number 12.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 12 is listed on the agenda.
Kingsley, Susquehanna, okay, I'll second that.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, it went back to the last motion.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 12, to appoint Lori Moore of Kingsley to the Susquehanna County Industrial and Commercial Development Authority. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Need to go back to that previous motion. And there is an error, it is not January 1st, you are right, Stacy, it is December 31st. So I need a motion to amend that motion to change the date to expire on December 31st.
I'll make a motion to amend the date to December 31st,
I'll second
What's
that.
the year?
2019.
2019.
And that's all we're voting on?
Just
The
changing the date.
amendment? Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 13.
Make a motion to approve item number 13 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 13 on the agenda, except with regret the resignation of Caitlin Briggs from the position of caseworker 2, effective February 22nd, 2019. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 14.
Make a motion to approve item number 14 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 14, except with regret the resignation of Anthony Cancero from the position of material sorter effective February 22nd, 2019. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 15.
Make a motion to approve item number 15 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 15 on the agenda to approve the hiring of Marjorie Perry of Halsted to the open full-time union eligible position of Assistant Director of Election Voter Registration, effective February 28th. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 16.
Make a motion to approve item number 16 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 16 on the agenda to approve the purchase of service agreement with United Charities Incorporated, United Children's Homes Incorporated of West Hazelton, PA. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 17.
Make a motion to approve item number 17 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 17 on the agenda to enter an agreement with Children's Services Center of Wyoming Valley, Wilkes-Barre, PA for children welfare services at a per diem rate. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 18.
Make a motion to approve item number 18 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 18 on the agenda to enter an agreement with the Institute of Human Resources and Services Incorporated, Kingston, PA for child welfare services. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 19.
Make a motion to approve item number 19 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 19 to enter an agreement with George Junior Republic Preventative Aftercare Incorporated, Grove City, PA for child welfare services. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 20.
Make a motion to approve item number 20 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 20 on the agenda to enter an agreement with Cove Prep of White Deer Run, Pittsburgh, PA for child welfare services. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 21.
I make a motion to approve item 21 on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 21 on the agenda to enter an agreement with Adelphia Village Incorporated, Latrobe, PA for child welfare services. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 22.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 22 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 22 on the agenda, to enter an agreement with Avanco International in Clifton, Virginia for upgrade of the adoption foster care analysis and reporting system in the amount of $472.05. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 23.
Make a motion to approve item number 23 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item number 23 on the agenda, sign contract, or to sign County of Lackawanna Resolution 180261, adopting the provider agreement with Endless Mountains Extended Care for the Department of Human Services, Lackawanna, Susquehanna Office of Drug and Alcohol Programs, effective July 1st, 2018 through June 30th, 2019. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 24.
Make a motion to approve item number 24 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 24, to approve an agreement with MCM Consulting Group Incorporated to complete the commodity flow study for a fee of $850 per the recommendation of the Director of Public Safety, Bruce Butler. Questions or comments? Yes.
Can you explain what that is, the 10,000, almost 11,000?
Yeah, commodity flow study gives us an idea of the different types of commodities that are going through our county, either by rail or by truck. That's what it is.
So what commodities do go through our county, by rail or truck?
Well, there's everything that goes through. There's chemicals, there's food, there's products, there's everything. It's just trying to get a handle on how much of what is going through.
And you need a study for that?
Yes.
And what's the purpose for it? What are you trying to find out?
Well, it helps us to help create our hazard mitigation plan if we know that certain substances are coming through. So the hazard mitigation plan can be upgraded to cover those substances that are coming through the county.
Any hazardous materials coming through on the rails, through New Milford?
Well, there's all kinds of chemicals that are on rail cars that go through New Milford all the time. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 25.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 25 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 25, to adopt an agreement with MCM Consulting Group Incorporated for consulting services to maintain the 2018 hazard mitigation plan for Susquehanna County for a fee of $10,350 per year for 4 years, for a total of $41,400 per the recommendation of the Director of Public Safety. Questions or comments?
So is that in addition to the other 10,800?
Yes, it
So
is.
this is another 10,350
Yep.
to consult about hazard mitigation.
No, it's to continue the updating and the continual update of the hazard mitigation plan.
So what did they do this past year? Have they been working this past year?
Yeah, they created the document, the hazard mitigation plan, which was just adopted last year. And now it's putting them on retainer to update it yearly so that it does not become a static document. It becomes a working document, and it's updated.
And can you explain anything new that was considered a new hazard that we have to be aware of, that needs to be mitigated?
The biggest one is flash flooding. That's the biggest one. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 26.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 26 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 26 on the agenda, enter an administrative entity operating agreement with Lackawanna Susquehanna BEIDEI program for conducting the administrative functions of the consolidated CMS, person, family, directed support, and community living waivers for prospective waiver participants and waiver participants, and the purpose of conducting the initial level of care, evaluation of prospective waiver participants for consolidate, community living, and adult autism waivers.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is a mouthful.
And what is it actually saying? Can we summarize that?
You want to answer that?
It has to do with the waiver programs, to do with intellectual disability, early intervention, and behavioral health. And it's an ongoing thing. This is a new agreement that starts March 1st. So obviously, our other one is February 28th, it expires.
Is this state mandated?
Yes.
And then do we have any, like, group homes here? Are
I
they
believe we
referred to
have,
group-
I don't know very good homes.
I don't know of any group homes. I think that Keystone Opportunities is looking to come into Susquehanna County with group homes. They have them, I think, in Wyoming County right now.
So they're looking for what sites to put a group home in?
You have to be licensed to be able to do that, so there's a lot of work to be done before you can actually look for a site. You have to be approved to be able to do it.
So there is some kind of concerted effort to do that
Yes.
in this county?
All in favor?
Aye.
27?
Make a motion to approve item number 27 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to sign the memorandum of understanding and agreement between Susquehanna County Commissioners, Susquehanna County Juvenile Probation, and Susquehanna County School District effective August 1st, 2018 through July 31st, 2019 for the school-based probation program for the total sum of $10,912.97 for the allotted term. And that is not an expense to us, that's a revenue to us. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
28?
I'll make a motion to approve item number 28.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 28, to enter gas lease with Epsilon Energy USA Incorporated, Houston, Texas, for 10 acres located in Rush Township for 5 years at $3,000 per acre and 15% royalties. Questions or comments?
And is that county property?
Yes.
What is this?
Yes.
What's the address in Rush
It's the
Township?
county farm.
It's a county farm?
Yep,
And
used to be
is-
the county farm.
How many acres is there? Oh, 10 acres. And then who is this Epsilon? I mean, have they drilled any wells in this county yet?
Epsilon, I believe, has not drilled any wells in this area. I don't know if they're a subsidiary of another company.
So
Is there
why would
somebody here?
why would you choose them over somebody else?
Well, because they're the ones that approach us. Nobody else approached us.
Nobody else approached you?
No,
So what kind of a lease is it? Is it a surface lease or is
no,
it
it's a non-surface.
a non-surface lease, so they can't drill a well on there?
No.
But they can drill a well nearby and get your gas
Mhm.
from underneath. So basically, you got 3,000 times 10, that's 30,000.
Mhm.
They haven't drilled a well in the whole county.
Well, and I don't know if they are, or if it's somebody else drills them for them.
I've never heard of them. That's a whole new name
They've
there.
been around.
Have you heard of it? Somebody?
Well, no, wait, this isn't a public debate, Barry. You got a question or a point,
Well,
make
I saw
it.
her nod and then this one nod, so,
All right?
okay.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. 29.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 29 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 29, ratify a change order for C&D weatherproofing in the amount of $1,813 for installation of wood blocking on the county office building parapet. Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Item 30.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 30 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 30, ratify the following change orders with William H. Lane for maintenance building in the amount of $14,454. Questions or comments? All in
And
favor?
this is the maintenance
Aye.
building, the new one?
This is the new one.
And is that open yet or done?
Yes, it's open and occupied.
It's open and occupied?
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. 31.
I make a motion to approve item 31 on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren, to approve item 31, to accept any price negotiated by the Tax Claim Bureau to sell free and clear from the 2019 repository properties with the taxing district's written approval. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
32.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 32 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 32, to approve the following Tax Claim Bureau exoneration request as stated, New Milford Borough, Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. 33 has a change. Should not be from the Marcellus Legacy Fund, it should be from the general fund.
From general fund. I'll make a motion to approve that with the change of from the general fund to the line item for ag land preservation in the general fund.
And we should go back to the original amount of 40,000, don't you think?
Okay, I'll
You
change
wanna
it to
make the-
40,000, I'll stay.
Right.
It used to be 40,000 before we started getting the Marcellus Legacy Fund, and then we just started using whatever we got in. So thank you.
Okay, so Commissioner Warren made a motion.
40,000 from the general fund.
Yep.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 33, to ratify the transfer of 40,000 from the general fund to the general fund for 2019 agricultural land preservation. Questions or comments?
You mean from the Marcellus Fund to the general?
No. Cross out Marcellus Fund.
Cross that out?
Yep, from the general fund to the general fund.
So you're going from one fund to the same fund,
No, it's two different funds, but it's within the general fund.
two different funds?
The general fund has lots of different funds in it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 34.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 34 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, approve item 34, to support the Susquehanna County Farm Bureau and the Pennsylvania Farm Bureau by providing funding in the amount of $2,100 per elementary school for agricultural promotion in the classroom. Funding will come from the Marcellus Legacy Fund and will go to the Pennsylvania Farm Bureau Foundation in support of the agriculture promotion. This enhances our 4-H program.
And this will only be transferred if a school
used.
uses it.
Questions or comments? Yes.
And what is the Marcellus Legacy Fund? Can you explain that?
It's just another one of the legacy funds that's created out of the PUC for gas money that flows back into this area. And it can be used to help promote agriculture.
And this is money that comes from the PUC?
Well, it comes from the Act 13, PUC controls it.
Okay, so this is Act 13 money,
No, it's not Act 13 money, it's Marcellus legacy money.
so where did this money come from?
It comes from all the Act 13 money that's collected and sent to the PUC. And the PUC splits it all up and takes all their cuts out of it and sends it out, and then there's just a little pot of money that goes out to every county gets a little bit of this money.
So does that do all the other counties have a Marcellus Legacy Fund besides us? So it's a specific fund and it's primarily to do with farming or rural?
Well, there's a few other things it can be used for. One of the things is promote agriculture, and that's what we're using it for.
So this is in addition to any Act 13 money you're getting for others that you're using. This is money coming directly to this fund from the PUC?
This money comes through the PUC. It's not the PUC's money. It's our money that gets sent to Harrisburg. They split it all up, and then they send this back in the Marcellus Fund.
And what's the total amount in this fund right now?
$36,000.
And then, okay, and then when you said you're gonna transfer, you're not transferring more money into it?
No.
So it's just the 36 whatever is in the
Right.
fund?
All in favor?
Aye.
Good program for kids. Item 35.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 35 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 35, to ratify signing the federal fiscal year 2018 certifications and assurances for Federal Transit Administration assistance programs. Questions or comments?
And what is that all about? Can you explain? What are you assuring and certifying?
We're sure and certifying that the funding is used within the confines and appropriately for the transportation of people with medical assistance. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 36.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 36 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 36 on the agenda, to approve resolution 2019-01, opposing changes to the medical assistance transportation program. Questions or comments?
So
Yes.
what are the changes?
Wait a minute, Vera, there's other people besides you in this room. Please raise your hand if you want to
I noticed
speak.
nobody else is usually talking.
Well, you
except
just don't
Stacy
get to
and me.
speak. Put your hand up. Yes.
Do you know if other counties are also joining in to do this?
Yes, there's several counties, probably every county in the state will be joining in on this.
I got an alert from CCAP yesterday.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big problem, a huge problem. That's gonna really cause a lot of havoc and grief in rural Pennsylvania. Okay, Vera, now you got a question?
Yes, I'm just wanting to know what proposed changes are you talking about?
The state is looking to make a change to have they split the state up into 3 sections. We're in the eastern section, so it's from us all the way down through Philadelphia. And then there's a middle section and a western section. They are promoting to have 1 call center in each one of those areas for people to call in that need medical transportation. Currently, when people call in, they call in locally to Trehab. Trehab handles our medical transportation. They want to take that away from us and have them call somebody that they want to select someplace in the state to handle this call center. So these people that are calling in won't have people that they're used to talking to. The people that are answering the phones won't know the areas in Susquehanna County or the terrain or the weather or anything else. They won't know where the people live, where the dialysis are, where anything is. They'll have to look at Google Maps and hope they get something right, and we know that's not right. And, the question will be whether they'll even continue to use our local carrier, which is Trehab, or if they'll call somebody from another part of the county or another state. So that's why we're opposing it. We don't want that change.
I believe there are also issues with people, especially us, being a border county, being able to seek treatment in New York.
In New York State, right.
So,
Right. It's possible that they will not transfer to New York like we are now, which is a huge problem.
it's a huge problem for the people in the northern half of the county.
Right. This is one of those things that got kind of slid through under the radar. And, it's one of the items that socially will have a huge impact on our elderly and on our people with needs of getting dialysis and other medical treatments. To the point where some people will probably not get the treatment, and unfortunately, it'll probably cost some people their lives. It's just a bad deal all the way around. All in favor? Aye.
Could I just comment about that it's actually in legislation, and that Senator Baker is looking to pass legislation to put a hold on it, to table it, to look into it further. So we have one of our local senators working for us, so we're out of that. Thank you.
Item 37.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 37 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve Proclamation 2019-01 proclaiming February 2019 as American Heart Month. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 38. Note, the website design services bid was awarded to County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania. The bid is on file. Okay, public comment. Vera?
I want to make public, I was reading through the new updated Susquehanna County Comprehensive Plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know who actually puts that together. You must be paying somebody to put that whole thing together.
Mm-hmm.
So who is this firm or person?
I can't remember the name. It's a guy that has a company that's done it. He's done this plan for us a couple times now. Does it for several counties throughout the state.
When I was looking through the book, I don't see anything referred in the front of it or the back saying who compiled this. Maybe I missed it. Wouldn't it be a good idea to put down the consulting firm or the consulting person, like who created this, who put it together?
Well, they didn't, again, don't misunderstand that the consulting firm isn't the one that put all the material in there. That material came from residents, it came from township supervisors, municipalities, it came from a lot of different organizations. It's not something they put in themselves.
I understand.
They
that,
just
but-
take all the material and regurgitate it and put it in a form so it's readable.
Right, but shouldn't they be listed that they're the regurgitator and the former of the document?
Well,
might be a good idea to have who is actually doing that.
well, it's the county's document, and so the county is the one that is the one that's putting the document out.
And do you know what you paid them? I mean, what is the cost for that?
Well, it went through a meeting, it's been through meetings, I don't have those numbers, but it did go through all the meetings.
And then I wanted to say that.
And we also, and so you understand that, you know, that was paid with grant money, putting that plan together was paid with grant money, it didn't
Grant
come
money?
from didn't come from local taxpayers.
Okay.
We were able to secure a grant to pay for it.
All right, I wanted to mention that on page 7 of the comprehensive plan, it's called Roman numeral 511-7. It has a whole chart, employment by industry in Susquehanna County. So I wanted to make public that the gas industry is listed as only 1.6% of the employees of our county are being used. 1.6% do they have jobs. So this is like such a small number, because it mentions here, you know, under oil and gas, chlorine and mining, so when you subtract the different things from 2007, 2017. So I want the public to know that even though the gas industry likes to parade around like they're giving us so many jobs, and they're so important in our county, they only account for 1.6% of the jobs that
Well,
our residents have.
Okay, but be careful, you know, how you interpret and how you manipulate the data.
Yeah, so how would you interpret?
Well, as you've so kindly manipulated to say there's only 1.6% of the people working for the gas industry, that may be true that there's only 1.6 working directly for the gas industry, but how many people are working for other companies that support the gas industry? That you don't have.
Well, you don't have it then on this list. Would it be on this list?
Well, no.
About 10, 15 different industries.
Well, it depends on the industry. How many of those industries support the gas industry?
All right, so there might be some other industries, but I want to let people know directly the gas industry only employs 1.6% as of 2017, which is the figures in this.
Well, that's 2017. I do know today there's at least a couple hundred jobs available if they could get people that wanted to work.
Right, and they can't fill them.
Right.
And there's a reason for it, because when I talk to gas workers, they're not happy with the conditions, the long hours, the
Well,
long days, 6
I,
days
you know,
a week.
listen, and I talk to gas workers and, you know, listen, it's not all just about that. You know, there are a lot of people that work for the gas industry that are fine with the hours, fine with the stuff. It's just whether people want to work or not.
Well, it could be also, from what I've heard, that it's difficult conditions, plus the risk involved. It's not a great job market for the people here, but just, I wanted to make that
Well,
comment. So that's
again,
my
that
opinion.
is your opinion and we
That's my
appreciate that.
opinion. Yes.
Any other comments or public comment? Yes, Vera.
I have something on the roads. I'm concerned about the roads, that even though the county has fixed these roads the past 2 or 3 years, like Route 7.
Well, wait a minute, stop right there. Again, you've got to get your facts right. The county doesn't fix roads. We have nothing to do with the roads.
Who, you mean you county commissioners?
County commissioners have nothing to do with the roads.
All right, so I just want to make a comment that the roads are difficult to drive on. PennDOT is involved, of course. 706 is breaking down. 29 South is breaking down. A number of the state roads are all breaking down with loads of potholes. They can't seem to handle all of the trucks that we have, the industry trucks that keep increasing every year, and this year they increased again. So is there anything we can do to get more money? I spoke to PennDOT, one of the officials there. They need more, maybe more funds, something to keep, they can't keep up with the conditions here.
Okay, so let's review the facts because again, you know, we have to get to the real facts of what's going on because we always seem to manipulate the facts and try to convince people of a story that is not true. So the first fact is the maintenance budget for PennDOT has not changed in like the last 10 years. So that means they get the same money for maintenance they've got the last 10 years. They've never gotten an increase. Now, with that said, at one time we had 300 workers in this county for PennDOT. Today we have 69. So the problem is when you have a budget and you have to maintain your budget, and when a new truck 10 years ago cost $95,000 and a new truck today costs $200,000, The problem is when you wanna buy a new truck, how many people do you have to lose in order to buy a new truck? So as our numbers go down, we employ less because there's no funding from the state for PennDOT to hire anybody. And we continue to fight with PennDOT and the legislators saying that they need to get more funding into this area. Until they separate the budgets, which we've requested several times to separate the budgets from winter maintenance and summer maintenance, because we have far larger costs for winter maintenance in Susquehanna County than they do in York County. So a lot of our maintenance budget goes to taking care of the roads in the wintertime. The summertime work, they only have so much money left in the budget to do the work. They only have so much equipment. Now, the flood that came in August, they did a pretty darn good job getting the roads back to drivable compared to what they were when the flood came. So hats off to them. They brought in a lot of subcontractors, spent a lot of money. It was tens of millions of dollars that they spent to get these roads back so they're at least drivable. We just had a huge thaw here a couple of weeks ago. A lot of the roads are failing because of the freeze-thaw cycle, and there's a lot of problems. 706 right out here that they paved 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it's failing. And it's failing because the material that was used did not meet the standard. Now, it's great that PennDOT got money back from the contractor that did it, but it still didn't fix our road. We still have a road that's falling apart. It'll fall apart for 10 more years before they pave it again, before it can get into the cycle. There's only so much money because there's no money coming from Harrisburg. So in order to get more money, we have to get the legislators and the governor to say it's time to make a change in the funding mechanism for PennDOT. We need to separate out winter maintenance from summer maintenance. We need to separate out and take care of the dirt roads that they have as well as the blacktop roads. They have bonded a lot of roads. The roads they've bonded that the gas company has done damage to, the gas company has been required to fix them or pay to fix them. So that has taken place. That's why a lot of the roads are bonded now, so they can get that revenue. But the bottom line is there's not enough guys in the area. There's not enough equipment in the area. There's not enough money in the area. They've already said it will take them 6 years with their crews just to take and do the ditching and clean out the culverts that need to be done. It'll take them 6 years to do this county, which is totally unacceptable.
Right.
So, although the commissioners have nothing to do with state roads, they're state roads, and we have no input on it, we do, and I do, and the commissioners do, express our concerns to our representatives and to PennDOT. We have reached out several times to people at PennDOT, at the central office. I sit on a transportation committee in Towanda. We talk with the central office, we talk with the district's office, we meet with the district office over here and trying to promote getting something done with these roads. So as far as what the public can do, the best thing you can do is get on the phone every day and call that 1-800-FIX-ROAD and report every pothole you see and do it every day until they finally fill the pothole or fix the road. If you call once and don't call again, the chances of it getting done are not going to happen. If you call them every day, if enough people start calling every day, then they'll finally figure out a way to do it. And I would recommend, listen, you know, Secretary Richards has a Facebook page. I'd recommend going on her Facebook page and posting some things on her Facebook page for her. And ask her if she knows where Susquehanna County is. I can tell you that she does not know where Susquehanna County is. She has been invited to this county on numerous occasions by our senators and our representatives. They've sent letters requesting her to come here and see how deplorable these roads are and the condition they're in. She has not responded once to any one of our representatives or our senators.
And she's secretary of what?
Secretary of PennDOT. Now, I can tell you this, she is headed to go in for budget review in front of our senators and House of Representatives, and they're going to make a big issue of it in the middle of her budget presentation. So maybe at that point, she might be able to figure out where Susquehanna County is.
And when is the budget review? Do you have a date?
They're in that process now,
Any public hearings for that budget review?
in Harrisburg. Yes, sir.
The additional tax that was put on gasoline, none of those funds are coming back to the county?
Well, listen, they tell you that, and getting an accounting of the money is a problem. They tell you, well, and there's also Act 13 money that goes to PennDOT. PennDOT's gotten, I can't remember how many millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from the Act 13.
Right.
And the first thing they'll say is, well, we've got some gas money, so we're gonna use that in the area. But what we feel is happening is, they bring the gas money in and use the gas money to fix the road, but the money that was supposed to fix the road, they've now taken and moved it someplace else. So I don't think we're getting any extra, and there's no accountability, no records to say, here, this is how much is being spent on these roads, this is what's gonna get done. Because what they'll do is they'll give us a map here in about a month of the roads in Susquehanna County that they're gonna work on for the year. Then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, you were gonna chip and stone this whole road. Yeah, well, now we just chipped and stoned a little 4-foot section and that was it. Or you were gonna pave this road. Well, yeah, but we're gonna wait till next year because we're gonna do something else, so we kick it out. Well, every time they kick it out, where's the money go? Nobody can answer the question. So, again, and I've said from time to time, listen, the problem is not our local PennDOT workers. We got some of the best workers in the state working in PennDOT in this county. But just imagine how frustrated they are when they go out to a bridge to work on a bridge and they need a pump to pump the water out, and the pump they give them isn't even power enough to pump the water out. They've got to sit in a truck and wait for a day for the water to pump down because the pump they got doesn't pump enough. Or they send them out to patch a road, and they give them the pickup truck with the coal patch and the shovel. They don't even have a hand tamp or anything that they can tamp it down. They can just throw it in a hole and drive over it with a truck and hope it stays. So those guys are completely frustrated. They say, listen, it's crazy. This is the worst it's ever been. And so it's not the workers. It's the administration starting in Harrisburg, coming on down the line. That's the problem with PennDOT. And when somebody finally wakes up and does something in Harrisburg, then we'll see some relief. Yes, I'm sorry.
Who's in charge of water and how no one can touch creeks and rivers?
Okay, so, and that's